Like I was explaining about the dimensions, okay, and it's cubic. The area of space, the Higgs field is technically a cubic area, but off center, there's 2 cubes, so there's 12 dimensions, all right, like I was explaining. Now, this is the Higgs field. This is Metatron's cube. This is where Metatron's cube, or this macro neutron star of carbon and nuclear and electric energy, the singularity, is going to form, okay? This is the Higgs field, all right? When they say they found the Higgs boson, look, the Higgs boson is technically really heavy. What they found was like a counterpart, okay? Because they've already explained, well, it was a lot lighter than we expected. There was a lot of things that we didn't expect, blah, blah, blah. Look, that wasn't the Higgs boson. The Higgs boson, the true Higgs boson that they're looking for, the heavy one, already exists. It already gave birth to everything. It was the singularity. It's common sense. They're not going to find something in a hadron collider that gives mass to everything, because that mass is already there. It's already been given mass, okay? So how are they going to find something that gives it mass whenever whatever gave it mass is long gone, and the mass is all that remains? All they can find is shadows of it, and that's exactly what they found when they think is the Higgs boson that was really, really light, surprisingly. You know, that was just a shadow of the Higgs boson, the real Higgs boson, if that was anything. But they can do this for infinity and find all kinds of subatomic particles. The thing is, they're not going to find much more than they already know. We're not going to figure much more out that we already know, unless we start thinking from a different perspective. Because right now, all we've done is create a bunch of paradoxes, and the more we find out, the more confusing it gets. But if we start switching our perception a little bit to thinking a little more open-mindedly and considering things that we wouldn't consider before, then things start making sense. Because I don't ever exclude anything that coincides with the science that I'm studying. That's just bad science. That's willful ignorance, in my opinion. All right, here's the 6 degrees of freedom in space. Okay, you got up and down, left, right, forward, backwards, swivels left and right, tilts forward and backwards, pivots side to side. This is the 6 degrees of freedom, okay? You have no up or down in space. So literally any up and any down can be up or down. So when you switch it off center, like I was saying, when you switch it like this, you have all of this in a completely different temporal area. Well, it's the temporal dimension, but it's in a spatial area. My bad. Look, I forgot how to do all this crap, okay? If you don't use it, you lose it, okay? But understanding all of this is not going to help someone understand astrophysics better. All this is going to do is help them understand numbers that apply infinitely when it comes to space and the universe. So it's kind of pointless. All you're going to be able to do is use this to verify. So they have this as a verification now. What makes this happen? Well, let me explain it. That's what I'm saying. Unless they understand the mechanics or the philosophy behind this science, they're not going to understand the numbers. And all of these people keep saying, oh, numbers is this and that, philosophy's stupid, philosophy's dead. Look, unless you have philosophy and science, you're not going to figure anything out. You need both of these. Philosophy is the X factor. Okay, this would be the electric energy. The heart, like female side. Women think with their heart, use their feelings and emotions. The alpha, or the nuclear energy, or the science, would be the male side. The Y factor, the male way of thinking. See what I'm saying? There are only 2 factors really there that comes to energy and matter. There's nuclear and electric. That's all you have. Matter is literally nuclear and electric energy in matter form. That's all. And in space, you have the space, you have this subject, which is the nuclear and electric energy, and then you have your movement. And that does everything that you want it to do. Now, ironically, look at all these 6's here. M equals 6, N equals 6, N minus 1. More 6's, another 6. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of 6's when it comes to space and the universe. And this is no coincidence. This is actual fact. I mean, this isn't just, I'm making this up. Did I just make this up? Did I just make up these 6's here? Did I just make up all the math that equals 6's? No. Alright, for example here, turn it off center, and you end up with this. Then when you do all this, you know, obviously it looks like Metatron's cube or the Higgs field, which is basically a bicubic triangular octahedron. I mean, it sounds weird, but I mean, it's technically what it is, because it is bicubic. There are two cubes here. It's quadritriangular. That means there's 4 triangles on each side. See what I'm saying? So, or you could have 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. It'd be quadritriangular, triangular. And it's an octahedron too because it has 8 points. So it's kind of weird, isn't it? But doesn't make it any less true, as weird as it sounds. Basically, this is the perfect circle or the perfect square. Squaring the circle. The perfect square. You ever heard of squaring the circle? That's what this is. And I don't know what is all this mystery and physics and all that behind it, but I believe this is it. I mean, this is the mystery behind squaring the circle and all that. All the crap that comes with it is right here. It's all right in front of us. It's all right online where you can look it up and find it for yourself. It just takes a lot of time and reading and notes and work and documenting and cataloging and all that. But a lot of people don't want to do that stuff. And anyone that does do it is only a professional in one field, more or less. And it takes knowledge in all fields to understand all this stuff, because there's a bigger picture. It's all connected. There is no individual factor that only coincides with this or coincides with that, and that's it. All of these factors coincide with each other. Everything goes together. There is a big picture. There is a quantum nature of existence in the universe. See, this would be like the macroheliopause. That's what I call it. This would be the whole of space. This would be like a macro termination shock, because this is our universe. Our universe is literally just tiny compared to infinite empty space. So literally, like a star, and or like our solar system would be, with the heliopause and termination shock and all that, the atmosphere around our solar system, basically, there would be an atmosphere around our universe, or around our universe, that space actually has, that literally feels the weight of our universe, like I explained in a couple other videos. So nothing new happens in the universe. It all happens over and over and over, just on different scales. These are where the cosms come into play. You have a microcosm, a nutricosm, which is our universe, and a macrocosm, which is our universe and out. I'm just trying to explain it simply for people that don't understand this stuff, because, you know, physicists don't necessarily explain anything simply. And as Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough.